Okay, so we're now on video number 6, which is sorting out messed up data. Now, as I've already said, I'm hoping that this won't happen too much. I keep putting my headphones in. I can't hear properly. I'm hoping this won't happen too much because when you set up those peer appraisal databases that you send out to everybody, you're kind of protecting against people choosing the wrong name, which is the biggest cause of data getting mucked up. However, it has happened on other occasions, and to be honest, I don't know why. So you might have to come into the background of the databases and just check the tables and make sure that all the data is sound. So just an example, let's imagine that, I don't know, Ebergy, not that she ever does anything wrong, but imagine Ebergy has filled out her database as Lucy. She's chosen the wrong name or something and it's just gone wrong. She doesn't need necessarily to do it all again, although that is an option if you get really stuck and you can't sort it out. You can get into the background of the database that she's filled out and open up and see the tables and export to Excel or something like that. So if I go to the network, I'm in the appraisal database folder, and I'm going to go back into the peer subfolder. I'm going to go into the staff databases. Okay, and here, there's Ebergy's. Now when I open it up at the moment, it won't let me into the background, so I can't see the tables or anything like that. Even if I minimise it, the database window options just aren't there, and that's because it's got a special overprotective thing on it. Stops people from going in and messing about with the design and the data in the tables, and I did that primarily just to stop people cheating, really, just going into the tables and filling it all out automatically. So to take that off so that you can see the tables, if you go to the blue square again down the bottom and you put in the password solar, okay, it's this option here, protect database. So click that and it will say, what's the password please? If you put the wrong password in, then it will say, you're wrong, you can't, I'm not going to unprotect it. But if you put in solar and then click OK, then that enables you, when you next open that database, to be able to see all the stuff that's going on in the background. It's not quite as simple as that, so we'll go through it. So if you click OK to that, you've then got to close the database down. Okay, you come back to it in Windows Explorer. So there's Ebergy's database again. You have to hold down the Shift key on the keyboard. You hold the Shift key down, you right click over Ebergy's database, and then you click Open. And that doesn't do anything. Yes, it does. If I minimise administration, right, okay, that has done it. This is Ebergy's database, and now you can see all the stuff in the background. So you can go to tables. There aren't really very many tables in these databases. So you go to filler. There you can see Ebergy. Her comments and the stuff that she's filled out will be in table scores. Now this one's got nothing in it at the moment because I've reset the database, so there's nothing in there. But if she had entered anything, then it would all be in here. So her response and her comments. So probably the easiest thing to do would just be to export that. So you can come to the external data tab and just export it out to Excel, and then give her a new database, a new copy of blank.mdb, and she can just copy and paste her comments from that spreadsheet into her new blank MDB. That would be the easiest way of sorting it out. Okay. Once you've finished being in the background of this, you can go to Forms, and then I think it is Form Switchboard. Yeah, it's Form Switchboard. Yeah. Solar. Okay, protect database. I'm putting the wrong password this time, and that means that if somebody tries to open it again by holding down the shift key, it won't work. Okay, just click OK. Okay, so close that, close that, close that, close database down. Right, when I now try and open Evergy's database, oh bugger, I didn't hold down the shift key. Oh well, pretend I held down the can't speak either. Pretend I held down the shift key when I did that, and it won't let me into the background anymore because the bypass key wasn't enabled. Oh, I've been talking too much today. Okay, if there's been a problem with the data and it's already been sent to the main database, then you can try, if you want, to sort it out in the main database. If I were you, I would probably ask an access trainer to help you with this. It's up to you, but I'd probably get an access trainer to help. So click the drop down arrow, go for tables. There are loads of tables in here that you really don't need to worry about. The ones you need to worry about are these ones. I'm going to show you the relationships. If I can remember where relationships are. In this version of Access. There they are. Relationships. Oh, okay. So I'll just get rid of the stuff that doesn't matter. Okay. So any access trainer will understand what I'm about to bang on about. So it's a many-to-many structure. Everybody's in it twice. Once as a filler in table filler, and once as somebody who's appraised in table appraised. So one person can act as a filler and therefore fill out many appraisals, and they can also have lots of appraisals filled out about them. If that makes sense. So the joining table is table join filler appraisal, and each combination of staff has its own ID, which is called combination ID. So, for example, you and I, let's say, maybe I'm filling out an appraisal for you. So in filler, I'd be Vicky, and in table appraised, it would be Johnny, and let's say our combination is number 15. Okay, that combination can either be valid for the peer appraisal, or the coordinator, or we don't do technical anymore, or the chief exec. Okay, so I'll just show you this table so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I happen to know that filler ID LA is me. Can't remember who any of these people are. Let's say LB is Lucy. It may not be. So I can look here at these tick boxes, and for whatever reason, the peer appraisal isn't valid for that combination, the coordinator isn't valid, and the chief exec isn't valid. Okay. If I find, what's Henry's ID? Henry's got a special ID. I can't remember his name. Oh no, because he's only in appraised. Right. So it's C1. Okay, so C1 is Henry's ID, but he doesn't fill out any appraisals. He's only appraised. So you can see that if I filter out just him, these are all the members of staff, their IDs, and most of them should have the chief exec field ticked, because for most of the people in the database, that appraisal is valid. They fill out an appraisal for Henry or C1. I hope that makes sense. Hopefully it will make sense to a trainer. So that's that. No. Okay, so that's just a basic many-to-many. Any Access Advanced trainer should be familiar with that. For each of those combinations, there's score and a question. Okay, so each combination can have lots and lots of scores, and this is basically where people's responses are filled out. So response is the number that they give from 1 to 5, and comments are obviously any comments they put about that question. This table question, is just all the text of the questions in the appraisals, and I think that they're categorised by which appraisal they are. So if I open that up, okay, here's all the questions from absolutely all appraisals: peer, co-ord and chief exec. And then here they're categorised by which appraisal they belong to. Okay, so one question can have many scores, so that's actually another many to many there. Each combination can have lots of scores, and each question can have lots of scores as well. Okay. So if there's ever any problems with the data, then you can just go directly into these tables and correct it. However you see fit, really. I suppose I should say as well, if there are any major issues with it and you just can't figure out what's going on, then I'm happy to be contacted. If my happy email's not working, you can contact me on my Gmail email, which is vickyjhull@gmail.com, or you can ring my mobile, which is well, you've got that anyway, 0794 727 9828. Okay, I very much doubt that anything will go spectacularly splat with it, but you never know. So, I'm happy to help out if anything goes wrong. Okay.